What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. All my OGs, I appreciate the love and support. And if you like the music, click the links that are in the description. I'm kind of hoping by the time this video or this group of videos come out, I should be at 25K. As I'm recording this, I currently need 30 more. So I'm not gonna waste my time saying that any longer. So within the next week or so, y'all will see me putting out a introduction / motivation video for my travel channel, and I'll make that announcement and direct you guys to that channel because I'm gonna need y'all to sub, and definitely watch this particular video, because the goal is for me to get that channel monetized before I even leave. Like I said, I want that channel to be able to pay for itself, so that way you guys can share this experience with me, so that way you guys can go on this journey with me. So with that in mind, I wanted to react to a DM that was sent to me in Instagram by a young brother, and he said he had a question. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was kind of sus at first, man. I was kind of like, nah.
Wait a minute, what the hell?
Let's see what this man talking about. He said, I got a question, brother. All right, he said, what's good? Then he gave me some voicemails that I want you, some voice messages that I want you guys to hear. Check this out, because he asked a really good question, and this needs to be discussed.
What's good, my brother? Yeah, man, I'm a big fan of your YouTube, man. I watch it all the time, man. You don't understand how much brothers you uplifting without you even noticing, and I'm one of them, man. You know, my name is Markyle, man. You and AMS and Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels and Dr. BOA and stuff like that. A lot of people who were part of the Red Pill and all that kind of stuff. But like, I ain't gonna lie to you. One of the things I wanted to ask you was like, say for example, man, I got a question, like, and I hear a lot of people, you know, speaking down like on the average man or you know, being high value. Let me ask you something. Like, if a man is making 45K to 75K a year, could that man still be valuable? Like, you know, making. And my other question to you is, it's like, can a man who's making from 45K to 75K a year, could they still be able to travel, get their passport, and still look for that woman overseas and all that kind of stuff? Like, just like right now, I'm still trying to be the best version of myself, like right now, because I just turned 30. Right now, I'm a driver helper until I get my CDL, man, and I'm on my way to progress my career and get my CDL and all that kind of stuff. And I just wanted to know, man, because all I hear is like a lot of people talk about high value and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know, I don't hear, it's like I don't hear too many people talk about the average man like getting these outcomes, getting that feminine woman, but I see a lot of people talk about high value men and them getting, you know, this submissive woman. But it seemed like if you're not a high value man, you won't get this. Yeah, my question to you is like, can that average man can still get, you know, that, you know, still get, you know, married and still get, you know, that feminine woman and all that kind of stuff? Like, is that still like possible? Like, could that man still, like, if he wanted to go overseas and all that kind of stuff, is it still possible? Like, is that possible for the average man?
All right, so y'all heard that, and I want to thank the brother for sending in this message, because I even responded. I said, these are really great questions, so good I think I'm gonna make a reaction to it. Said, thanks, I appreciate it. What's your thoughts on that? Because I like your views on things. I would like for you to make a reaction on that. A lot of Red Pill content creators always touch on the top 10% of men, but what about average men? Because let's be honest, not everybody is going to be in the top 10%, because 90% of this world is average earners. blue collared men built majority of this world. So it's like when I hear some of these content creators, and I don't know if I'm reading into this too much, but they make it seem like if you're an average man, you technically a loser. But just correct me if I'm wrong, my brother. Enlighten me on that. Because if you make 45 to 75K a year, which is good income, a lot of them making it seem like it ain't ish. Again, I may be reading into this wrong. No, not really, man. Because this is something that I think needs to be discussed in this space, and it's something that gets overlooked. And I think part of the reason why is because overlooking it is the only way these kind of content creators are going to still be able to push their, well, I don't want to say push their narrative, but push what they're selling, I guess. Because this is always this runs across my mind daily. How, especially when women say this is the reason why I did that live reaction to all those women discussing how much they want their man to make. I don't think, especially women, I don't think women realize how rare it is to find a guy that makes the kind of money that they referring to. And these women, the funny thing about it, these women have been in circles or been around these men here and there, but you notice they never lock them down, but they always complain about not getting them. That's because those men have all the options, and those men are not gonna chase women. They're not gonna give that woman the same attention that she would get from a man that's making less. Here's my thing. There's no way a world can survive if everybody's at the top. If majority or half of the people are at the top, then who's really working? And I'm like, it's a bar, man, that I heard from Fabulous, bro. I can't forget it to this day. It's a song called Really Though, one of his mixtapes. That man said, if everybody a boss, then who's really working?
You can't make this shit up.
These other, I'm not gonna say names, but these other RP content creators, they need to be aware of that. Now, ain't nobody saying you shouldn't better yourself. This man just said so himself. He's 30 years old. He's a driver helper working on getting the CDLs. That sounds like somebody trying to level up. That sounds like somebody trying to better themselves and in their situation, financially, all that. Sweet. But everybody's not going to be a business. No, everybody's not going to be able to be a business holder. Everybody's not going to be able to be a lawyer or a doctor or engineer. You know what I mean? I recently heard crane operators make really good money, but that's a very dangerous job. You know what I mean? Working at oil rigs and whatnot, like coal miners. Like, these are all jobs that pay pretty much six figures, but it takes a physical toll on you, and you're probably working 12 to 16 hours. Like, I don't know if anybody remembers Miss Submissive Rada, Submissive Wife, Happy Life. Her husband works 16-hour shifts as a fireman. Just to put things in perspective, man. And I don't think a lot of these women don't realize that in order to even make that kind of money, man, guys are either working a hell of a lot of hours, or they've had to put in a lot of time to get their business off of the ground to the point where they don't have to necessarily, be involved 24/7. But if they're running their own business, they're still going to be busy as hell anyway. Now, I wanted to get that out the way because women are very naive when it comes to the numbers. And I think they're also naive when it comes to realistically thinking about how society would be able to run if majority or most men were making that kind of money. There's no way in hell society would be able to run that way. It's just not going to happen. So, guys can preach about getting into that top 10%. But realistically, what's the likelihood of that happening for majority of men? Very unlikely. The system is just set up that way. There's no way the economy would sustain itself if you had so many people at the top. And I think that's what a lot of these RP content creators and women forget about, or they just overlook it because their sole purpose is to focus on the high value man. So now, as far as, can a guy make 45 to 75K and still get a feminine woman and still be valuable? I would say yes. And the reason why I say that is because 45 to 75K puts you in the middle class. What a lot of people don't know is you're talking about 75K, which is on the high end of what you're referring to. Last time I checked, 75K was top 20, top 25%. I'm like, that's why for real, I tell guys, what you really want to try to, if you can, I'm like, because that's one of my goals. I want to get to that 60 to 70K a year range. Because for a person my age, not having any kids, even in the States, that would be really, really, really good money. You know what I mean? And you can still be valuable because you can take that extra money and invest it into other things to give yourself passive income, which in turn turns into more money. You know what I mean? So that's money that you're making yearly, and you're not even including that in, your salary, your yearly income, should I say. But I would say that any guy in that range, if it's feminine, submissive women that you're looking for, you're not gonna find that here making that kind of money. Y'all need to understand, man. The women in the States move different. These women say they'll be submissive for a man that'll pay all the bills and what have you, or pay most of the bills. It really doesn't make that much of a difference. These women still don't want to be traditional. I'm like, they just want the lifestyle. And they just want to be able to brag and stunt on Instagram that they can stay home. That's what that's about. Now, what I would recommend is that guys in that range, because I fall in that range, should do what I'm doing. Get your passport and go out there and see what's out there. So in a little bit over a month, we'll see for ourselves. We'll see if the average man can travel. We're gonna see, but I think you can because I'm seeing it all the time. You know what I mean? I'm like, before I even discovered this space, I had friends telling me about DR and Brazil. So this, you know what I mean? And these are not 9 to 5. These were 9 to 5ers, just like I used to be. So to answer your question, man, 45 to 75K. Actually, bro, depending on what country you go to, you're a top 1% earner making that kind of money. Vietnam, you're a top 1%er. Now, I'm not sure about all the other countries, but I know that when I did that interview with the True Girls and I told her, and she said if you're making 45 to 50,000, she said you can have 2 girlfriends in the Philippines.
Bruh. You win.
So, brother, you just gotta do your homework, continue watching my channel, other channels. And then eventually you'll start collecting data and you'll be like, oh, okay. So making this amount of money a year, I can stay in this country and for this X amount of dollars and save myself this much money. Just gotta learn the currency exchange rates and all that, man. And shout out to 1MT about that one, man. Alright, so I hope this helped out. Just giving my opinion on it. I actually kind of like this, man. If anybody else wants to send me messages like this, and I'll share my thoughts and my opinions and give my reactions to it. Alright, let me know what y'all thought about this, man. I thought this was dope. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. And hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.